Ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, good morning to everyone. We thank God for being above ground is a blessing. For those who don't know me and tuning in for the first time, my name is Kunguru87. And I would like to talk about very briefly in the next 5 minutes or so. So I don't want to take much of your time. I know it's a busy week. There are a lot of things that are going to happen in between this week, but we hope for the best and we pray for the best. From wherever you're watching on from, thank you very much for tuning in. Just press the like button, and I'm sure you can also subscribe if you have not subscribed. And thank you very much for making this video a dream come true. So directly, I like to talk about friendships. You know, how well do you know your friends? You see, we've got those friends who build you, and we've got those friends who make you, and we've got those friends who take you down. It has been said in time and memorial that your friends, you've got those friends who never liked you, not even for a single day. They're always there for your downfall. Even relatives, even your spouses. I'm talking about friends. Even your spouse is your friend. Even your relative, there's a relative who's your friend. There are those kinds of relatives who always been waiting, when will your downfall come? So I tend to ask myself, is it that this is how they are programmed? Is it that this is how people are made? Or is it that do you have these kinds of friends? There's this one musician, what was his name? Mr. Nice. He had mentioned one day that he had sung in one of these, the song actually blew the internet back in the days. Kikulacho kingoni mwako. Kikulacho kume kingoni mwako. Do you guys remember that kind of song? There are those kinds of friends who will definitely they're there with you, they eat with you, they wine and dine with you. To some extent, even some of our spouses, they're waiting for your downfall. Even relatives, they're waiting for your downfall. So when you fall down is when they'll start saying, I told you this guy. Even your work colleagues. Remember the other day I was telling you guys that the people you work with are your colleagues, they're not your friends. There's a very thin line between your friends and your colleagues. The people you work with are not your friends. They are your colleagues. You mistake that and you're done. So you find that these people have been waiting and have been gathering for your downfall each and every time. You do something and you want, mbona mipango zangu haziendi vizuri? Kumbe is that your wife or that your husband who's with you there? Kumbe is that your friend? Your group. Change your group. Change your group. Some of these groups that we work with and say, that is my, that is my childhood group. Those are my buddies. And you keep on wondering, to some extent, I've ever seen some people, they flourish when there's a breakup in their relationship. Let's start with those who are married or not married. Munakosana na bibi yako, munakosana na bwana yako, and one of the other person, anenda tu wana flourish. Things just start happening well for them. That is when you hear, mimi ndo nilimuosha hata. Learn to know your friends. Learn to know these kinds of friends. The people are pulling you down. You're wondering, mbona your things are not going so well. You try to do a project, it failed. You're trying to build something, it fails. You're trying to open a new business, it fails. Are those your friends you're working with? It has been written that if I want to know you, I'll see your friends. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Some of the friends that you're having are not even good friends. Do you know there are those kinds of friends who even gossip about you to some other people? You keep on wondering, who keeps on telling people my secrets? My friends, ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, avoid telling people about your plans. Even your spouses, walk around them. A good spouse is someone who will stand by you no matter what. You remember when you guys were signing in the divorce, it's for rich and for poor, for better and for worse. Some of them, it's not even for rich and for poor. I don't know what usually happens with these kinds of friends. And you will find them in every circle. They're just lying there. And if you want to know your true friends, once your downfall comes in is when you'll see them. Your phone calls disappear. Visitation disappear. Referrals disappear. You wonder, it's like some black sheep or goat somewhere. Some voodoo, or I don't even want to. These kinds of friends, do they exist in your circle? But immediately you break these ties, immediately you break up with that husband of yours, things start opening up. Oh, gigs are coming if you're an entertainer or you're someone, you work for the social media, things that you just starting getting gigs. If you're a contractor, you start getting jobs. If you're an advocate or a lawyer for that matter, you start getting jobs. And you're like, kumbe ndule mtu alikuwa amekufunikia baraka zako. I'm sure most of you are like, hey, by the way, these things do happen. Imagine these things do happen. And you just wonder how do these things come and happen? And before they were not happening, it's the friends that you're having within you, your spouses. Pick the right people. Analyze your friends. Analyze your circle each and every week. Sit down and analyze. How are these friends of yours benefiting you? Are they directly or indirectly? Do not sit with someone who's not assisting you, helping you in any way. Hii dunia maisha ni mafupi. Do not sit with friends when you fall down, they start taking their phones and they're on their social media sites posting. Rafiki yako anafaa kuficha uchi wako. Your friends should hide your nakedness from the public. The other day I was asking people, can you name 5 friends of yours who will call them that you have emergency, they'll show up? Some of the friends show up when you're having a party or a birthday. That one will come. Where is it? Just drop me the pin. But when you're having a fundraising somewhere, they don't show up. All manner of excuses. You ask them for money, then it's when he's listening that, I wish you could have just sent me an hour ago. Just even see the text message. I just sent someone. I can't go with you to that burial. In fact, it's been said time and memorial. When you guys are in a frenzy zone, a big club, and you're planning to go somewhere maybe in the next 2 months or 1 week or so, as you're nearing that day, as you're approaching that particular day, people start ejecting themselves out. Oh, something has come up, ABCD. But your friends will stand with you. Not unless it's an emergency. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have these kinds of friends who you even don't know they exist? But when you drop them is when you see, things are starting showing up. Your phone is started ringing once again. You have started getting to jobo. You've been applying to jobs and you're having these kinds of friends. Job market lazima ujuane. You must know someone to get a job. But when you drop them, eventually you just apply. Unknowingly start like, hey, you Mr. So-and-so. I will receive your CV. We would like to call you for an interview. Boom! You've landed a very big paying job. You've landed a big client. Your friends, even at your workplace. Change your friends. Change your colleagues who you're working with. I'm not saying you put them down, you put them aside. No. Just start building that gap. So that everything starts happening in your life. Good things starting up. Good vibes. The other day I was telling you that good vibes. I only like people who attract good vibes. You come with bad vibes, I turn you down. Like something else. What am I trying to tell you, people of the internet? Check on the people you're working with, the people you're sitting around with, so that you don't end up sitting with people who will bring you down, who are waiting for your downfall to celebrate. Kikulacho kumbe kinguoni mwako, rafiki yako kumbe ni adui yako. Unacheka naye, unakula naye, kumbe mwenzako wanaona gere. Yes, you're eating with your friend. You're dining with them. Kumbe they're waiting for your downfall. And you don't know, you're busy there. Nani is my friend. He's not your friend. She's not your friend. It has been said time and memorial, women, they are their own worst enemies. You'll find a certain woman somewhere is seated somewhere waiting for the downfall of the other man or the other woman. So you ushindo na marriage yako akuja ingi. And this, do you know, to some extent or to some degree, I don't know by, should I say it's natural causes or should I say it's just by default? You get out of your house because you guys have a disagreement with your husband. Then your best friend. In fact, it has gone to an extent, even your own sister comes in and walks into your house. Then they start saying, ulishindwa kuangalia mwanaume. Or even your best friend as men, you leave another lady somewhere, you're like, what is not happening with this particular lady? Then after some time, or after some reason, you come and find yourself, boom. Your friend, your best friend has taken over your woman. Then I come and ask myself a question. What is not happening? What is not happening with life? Ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, check on your circle. Check on your friends. Check on your spouses. Have you married the correct person? Have you married your friend? Is this the correct person that you want to spend your life with? This person, will they take care of your grievances? Will they take care of your thoughts? If not, drop them. Usikae sana na mtu mwenye msaidiani na drop that individual kama bomb. Don't stay with someone who's waiting for your downfall and celebrate. Every time you do something, your hobby is usually, I told you, the word I told you should not exist in your hobby or your friends for that matter, or your spouses. Most of your spouses, those words should not exist. Even your sisters or your relatives. They should, it has happened. Okay, no worries, come, let's speak. Even if you knew the truth, do not bash that person. They also are trying. It is not scripted somewhere how this thing should be done. It's not like school or class. So, ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, check on the people check on your circle. Some of these circles you claim. Do you know, the other day I was so surprised. There's this friend of mine who used to say that sorry, who used to say that her friends, it was a lady, her friends are tight. This group, hey man, we started in high school, we've been to college, to campus, these are friends of mine. Nowadays we even meet on a weekend. Then one day, boom, an issue happened. Amongst the friends that she was counting on was the one who was garnering for her downfall. Do you know they had opened a farm where they were marketers, they were doing marketing, they were printing billboards and doing whatnot. So apparently, because they went to the same campus and college, they studied the same thing. So there's this gig he was really chasing. And they had told the friends, I'm chasing deal ABCD, but we had agreed this kind of amount of money, but I'm waiting for them on Monday or on Tuesday, we're going to settle down. This friend of hers went, Googled the company, did her own research, and gave them a better deal. She undercut this friend of hers. Imagine your best friend, the person who's attended, was part of your bridesmaids, the person who, they know everything about you. Learn to know your circle very well. The people are not for you. The people are for against you. Learn to know your circle. It will help you attain much. It will help you grow much. It will help you analyze, so that usifike kombele ukaangukia, then you start wondering what the fuck started happening in my life. Know your circle. Know the people you're working with. Know your relatives. Know your spouses very well. This is the kind of spouse that I'm getting married to. These are the kinds of intentions they have with our lives. Are they intentional? Are they doing something good with their life? Ladies and gentlemen, check it out in the next video. Think about that. Know your circle.